Okay. Where is that at? We got to find that one. That. That's we got to find that one. That's sounds absolutely powerful. Give y'all a little time. Give y'all a little time to step up to the microphone. Will that still be? Yeah, it will be. Okay. All righty then. Okay. Hopefully, I ain't got mad sound issues going on. But as I said, still waiting for a lot of y'all to get here. So I won't be before you too long. I plan to do about 30 minutes. Hey, say what up to the Black Panther. Since I can't have a Black Panther in my movie, maybe I can have a Black Panther chilling with me on my show. So yeah, let's do that. What up, y'all? It's me. It's D Real. Grand Rising. Good afternoon, wherever you at. We chilling here on the futon. Me and little Sasha. That's what I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna call her Sasha. We chilling on the futon here. And just want to chop it up, about things that's going on during the week. Of course, I'm gonna mention at some point. See, it's funny. I'm having fun though. Recast T'Challa. A lot of y'all have been asking about that picture in the back. Whenever I do, something on the futon, and they like, oh, that looks like a hand drawn Black Panther picture. Yeah, it is hand drawn, but not by me. I was at a Juneteenth celebration, I think it was, maybe like 2 years ago. And here at Angers, everybody know that me and Black Panther go together like peas and carrots. So, I was actually approached by a young lady. She actually a pretty talented artist. And I actually have one over here that I can't see of Storm, and she drew that too. So I believe in growing my own. So she didn't give it to me. I paid for both pictures. So, it's just an example of things that we should be doing because Juneteenth is right around the corner and we need to be growing one another, if you understand what I'm saying. In other words, if you're digging what I'm shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. And that's how we eat. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to chop it up about a couple of things, and I'm going to start my clock so that I don't rant and rave all day long, because Don't nobody want to hear all that. It's Saturday, the sun's out, and I got stuff to do too, just like y'all. First thing I wanted to mention, I want to address my nerds in the building. Want to say, shouts out, what's up? I know there are a lot of people who have been rocking with me consistently. My subscriber base is growing, not quite as fast as I would like it to, but I'm gonna handle that for y'all. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe to the Be Real with D Real page. My dear realists, my real ones that rock with me, keep rocking with me. I'm starting to grow a presence on Instagram as well. But enough about me. Let's talk about this nerd stuff. Spider-Man, No Way Home. Still no trailer for the movie. Why do you think that is? Either the movie's going to be super, super great, or it's going to be super, super not so great. But as always, somebody somewhere leaks something and it comes out into the internet, and we hear about it. This is the latest rumor. It's a rumor. And like with all rumors, what you hear is bound to change like 5 minutes later. So what I'm getting ready to tell you, take it with a grain of salt. Spider-Man No Way Home, there were plot details leaked, supposed plot details leaked on Spider-Man No Way Home. And the deal with it is basically Tom Holland, Peter Parker, is on the run, of course, from the events of Spider-Man Far From Home. And essentially, he ends up running into Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's villains and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man villains, and him and Tom Holland, they kind of have a little back and forth like that. And then they end up going through a rift and meeting up with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. And it's almost as if he knew they were going to show up. And then also the rumor about it is it's supposed to be a 3-hour movie. Is this getting ready to be a trend? Let me know now. Because if we get ready to start making 3-hour superhero movies, do we have edits? Sasha, what you think about that? Do you think we should have 3-hour superhero, every superhero movie be 3 hours? I don't know. And I'm not like a tremendous Spider-Man fan. So not seeing a Spider-Man trailer for me is like, man, okay. Don't get to see a Spider-Man trailer. Who gives a flying flip? But basically, it sounds like all or a huge amount of the heroes and villains have been resurrected for this movie. Even Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. The ones that have died, the villains seem to remember dying at the hands of a Spider-Man. And so basically it's kind of like a Spider-Man revenge squad. And then they get together and go out and kill Spider-Man is basically what the premise is of the movie. And then the Spider-Mans are getting together and they're like, oh, save the multiverse. And then Doctor Strange plays a prominent role in the movie because it has multiversal ramifications. So if we talk about multiversal ramifications, could Miles Morales be far behind? You're asking me if they're trying to cram all these Spider-Man in here and do a Into the Spider-Verse style type of movie. They should have just went on ahead and put Miles Morales in the movie. I wonder why they didn't. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that because that's a whole nother ball of wax that I'm getting ready to open up. And I don't want to open up that ball of wax. Now, also what I've noticed about the Sony Spider-Man movies is it seems like they're trying to create their own connected universe. And it sounds like they're going to get themselves a Spider-Man in that universe. And if they aren't going to get a Spider-Man in that universe, they sure as heck need one, because I'm just not of the mind for watching movies with Spider-Man based characters in it, but no Spider-Man in it. You know, Venom. Venom was received well, but I couldn't get over the fact that they're moving forward with a Venom movie, and there's a sequel coming out with Carnage in it, and no Spider-Man. I mean, I get it. Venom and Carnage are gonna fight. Yay, hooray, we're gonna see that. Cool. But y'all are all Spider-Man based villains. And to say, okay, Spider-Man based villains got the strength to stand on their own. They're even doing a Kraven the Hunter movie. Andrew Taylor Johnson, the cat that played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, has been cast as Kraven the Hunter. I'm not saying he'll make a good Kraven the Hunter. I'm not saying he'll make a bad Kraven the Hunter. What I'm saying is, do we need a Kraven the Hunter movie? I know Sasha probably doesn't care for a Kraven the Hunter movie because hunters hunt and they probably hunt her down. Don't worry about it, girl. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you while you with me. Anyways, a connected Sony universe to me makes absolutely no sense without a Spider-Man to link all of that together. So you can make all the Kraven the Hunter movies, you can make all the Venom, Carnage, Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, whoever else you want to make a movie about. But if there's no Spider-Man to connect it, man, y'all missing the boat with that. You know, it's like, it can stand alone on its own. Let me put it like this. If it can stand alone, y'all do what y'all do then. You know, let's see if the outcry for Spider-Man in these movies doesn't become a little more urgent, especially after y'all get done doing No Way Home. The outcry, you're putting 3 Spider-Mans in one Spider-Man movie, but you got all of these other Spider-Man properties and not one Spider-Man in them. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone because that ain't really my forte. Like I said, I'm not a huge Spider-Man fan, but I know some of y'all like watching Spider-Man, and y'all are into the whole Spider-Man thing because Spider-Man is basically Marvel's flagship character, for want of a better example. So like I said earlier, damn, ain't this a bitch? Stop. Reset. Ha! My bad. I've been talking all of this time, and my goodness gracious. Anyway, what up, y'all? It's your man D Real. And edutainment is what I do, and hopefully you will find some of this edutaining. I've been trying to kind of, hold out, because I was waiting for y'all to arrive. You're here now. What up? I am that guy, D Real. And if you digging what I'm shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket. Like, comment, subscribe to the Be Real with D Real page. I do lives occasionally. Bam, here's one of them. I don't know how many of y'all are going to show up. It says one of y'all is watching now. If you out there, give me a shout out. Let me know I ain't out here just talking to myself. But that's okay. I brought Sasha along, and Sasha's going to hang out with me. And actually, Sasha ain't going to talk to me either. But you know what? That's all good. Anyway, as I was explaining, while stuff was paused. See, this is why I need a technician. I was talking about the Spider-Man No Way Home movie, and basically what I was saying was it is definitely confirmed. There's been, well, I ain't gonna say it's definitely confirmed because it comes from the rumor mill, and a lot of times the rumor mill can spin on a dime, and what you hear in a video about, oh, here's the deets for what's going on in this here movie, and then it turns out that don't be what's going on at all. But one of these little gossip pages that that leak all of this information about, ooh, I heard, and ooh, I saw, and I try not to do that because I don't know, is that credible? I guess that's what I asked. But in the world of nerds and geeks and blurs and all of that sort of thing, you can say what you want to say, and it can 100% be accurate, or it can be 100% inaccurate, and nobody ever goes back and goes, everything always for Chan, Looper, some of the other ones that just, come out with movie details, and then that don't be what's in the movie. I don't know. And that's why I try not to deal in rumors. But anyway, what the rumor is, I just said I try not to deal in rumors, but I'm getting ready to tell y'all what the rumor is. I'm bad. Y'all be patient with me. I'm all right, but I'm not all right. Anyway, the deal with Spider-Man No Way Home is that the movie opens up and Peter's being chased. They're pursuing him. And eventually, one thing leads to another, and he runs into the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man because there's multiversal openings going on, and he ends up, dealing with Doctor Strange, and then he ends up dealing with some of the Sony Spider-Man villains, Dr. Octopus and Electro, and then even Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is said to make an appearance in this movie. So basically, Spider-Man No Way Home is basically a nexus point. There's a right word. Between the Sony universe and the MCU. So basically, and also I've heard that it is a 3+ hour movie. Are we ready for another 3-hour movie? Are y'all rocking with a 3-hour movie? Real talk. A 3-hour movie. It better be fantastic. You know what I mean? I get there's going to be a lot of eye candy in the movie, but the movie is still going to be 3 hours, and you don't have nearly the cast of Endgame or Infinity War. It is what it is, though. Like I said, I've never been a tremendous Spider-Man fan. I'll watch a Spider-Man movie, but a Spider-Man movie ain't my first choice. But I'm like every other geek, every other nerd, every other blur. I will support it if it came out of a comic book. I'll support it. I give it a play, whether it's good or bad. But anyway, it drops in December. So for all you Spider-Man folk and this Sony connected universe, I get connecting your universe and connecting characters and all of that, but it's a Spider-Man based universe. I hope at some point Sony decides to rock with a Spider-Man in his universe, whether it's Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, or Tobey Maguire. I don't know about Tobey Maguire. I have to see, man. I ain't gonna hate. Tobey Maguire might come back and play a fantastic Spider-Man. Who knows? Anyways, I'll rock with him till I don't. But this I don't know. It's y'all gotta have some Spider-Man somewhere. I mean, they're making a Kraven the Hunter movie now with Mr. Taylor Johnson, from Age of Ultron, the cat who played Quicksilver. He was also in Kick-Ass. See, I watch my movies. Anyway, Kraven the Hunter. I mean, Kraven the Hunter's largest claim to fame ever. I mean, in all of ever, his biggest thing was Kraven's Last Hunt. Other than that, what's something epic that Kraven has done in the comics that's like, oh, Kraven the Hunter stands out? Kraven the Hunter, man, he's like, ain't he like a C-lister? You know, I mean, he's Spider-Man Rose Gallery, but I don't know. There's something about Kraven the Hunter that to me says, really, y'all making a whole movie about this? You know, and if Kraven's Last Hunt isn't gonna figure into that, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Sasha. How you feel about Kraven Hunter? She's a wild animal, so she feels the same way that all wild animals feel about Kraven the Hunter. Overstand Mocha. Overstand Mocha. Hey, how you doing, Overstand Mocha? I love that name, by the way. Overstand Mocha is dope. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling the heck out of that. Anyways, like I said, Kraven the Hunter, jury's out. We'll see what happens with Kraven the Hunter. As far as the Spider-Man universe, we got a Venom 2 coming out, and I'm like, I wasn't that crazy about Venom 1, but it was very well received. So, as I said previously, if it is comic based, I'll support it. But if it ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing, you know, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a Spider-Man. Am I tripping? You know, if you got Kraven the Hunter in a movie, you got Venom in a movie, and then in that Venom 2, there's going to be a Carnage in that movie, but no Spider-Man. I vividly remember back in the 90s, Spider-Man issues 360 through like 363. And see, I'm calling out numbers. That's how I get down. Not Kraven, I'm sorry. Venom was, he was still on his I hate Spider-Man, I want to eat his head thing. But when Eddie Brock was in prison and the symbiote came to get him out and it dripped some blood and the blood got in Cletus Cassidy's cell, and it became Carnage, and Carnage was like way worse than Venom ever was, and he was a sociopath. He just out there hacking and slashing and killing mugs and gave like the Marvel universe a hard time. It took like 20 street level heroes and and Mr. Fantastic with some scientific stuff to bring him down. We ain't got none of that in the Sony universe. All we got is Venom. And Venom ain't got no scientific expertise, and Venom ain't, got no homies that's gonna come to his rescue and help him. So holla at me, real ones. Tell me something, realist. What is the end game? See what I did there? For the Sony universe. Is it gonna be, Sasha, help me out here. Is it gonna be Eddie Brock somehow finds a way to overcome Buck Wild Venom? Or, I mean, what are we gonna have? Will it be some Marvel crossover in that? It should be. We need a Spider-Man in there. I can't see Carnage and Venom going at it, and Spider-Man ain't in there trying to tell them to behave themselves. But anyway, enough about Spider-Man, enough about Sony, enough about Kraven. Let's get on to some other stuff. Netflix, man. Netflix has a show that just came out Friday called Trese. And I was impressed. I was impressed by what was going on with it. And okay, first of all, let me reel that in, back it up. Trese is the story. First of all, it's Filipino. It's 100% Filipino. And to my Pinoy Panay, yo, thank you. I mean, it is, what can I say? I mean, and I don't mean it in no mean way because I got Filipino in my family. Now, how is it you can capture the essence of all things Filipino so well? You know what I'm saying? They call it an animated feature. They call it anime, and there's a lot of people who were involved in making the DC animated cinematic universe. I think I said that right. DCACU or EU. I know. Anyway, animated DC movies. Boom. There you go. And they make amazing animated movies, by the way, but slow down with the Batman features, y'all. Slow down with the Batman features. Y'all got 11 million Batman animated movies. I get it. Batman's got a lot of cool stuff. You telling me Batman's the only character with dope stories? Come on now, DC. Give me some more Superman stuff. Give me some more Wonder Woman stuff. You know what would make an awesome animated Wonder Woman movie? The Contest. Remember back in the 90s when Artemis competed for the role of Wonder Woman with Diana and got it? And she was a pretty cool Wonder Woman as far as Wonder Woman go. That would make a good movie. Also, the story of Nubia, the Black Wonder Woman. That would make an awesome animated feature. Come on, somebody at DC. I hope you're listening. Anyway, back to Trese. Trese is about it. Actually, it's the title. It's a show about Alexandra Trese, and she comes from a line of I wouldn't necessarily call them demon hunters. I would call them more like she's more like a I'm going to use that word again. Nexus guardian or mediator. She basically is the person who stands in the gap between the world of the living and the underworld. So she's that person that goes in and says, you know, demons, y'all can do this according to our contract, but you can't do that. And if you try to do this, I got my two half demon homies and my homeboy who worked with my dad, who was the medium before me, and we're gonna come to your house, we're gonna come to your fortress, we're gonna come out here on the streets of Manila, and we're gonna handle that. And that's basically what Trese is about. I mean, and it's got everything Filipino in it. I mean, you got folks in there talking about oi, oi, and people pointing with their lips and stuff. Bruh, on point. Jay Oliver, who does the DC animated movies, and this Filipino has his hands all up in this, man. It's about five, I think like 5 or 6 episodes. And I binged it last night, and I'm like, okay, all right. I was kind of getting sleepy towards the end, but that wasn't because it was boring. It's because other reasons. Anyway, I recommend it. I recommend it highly. I'll probably do a Trese review later on this week because it was pretty fire, and I strongly recommend it. Now, I ain't gonna be before y'all too terribly longer, but it's something I need to touch on before I roll out. And now, what I want to touch on real quick is the Recast T'Challa movement. It's a thing. It is actually a thing. If there are actually a couple petitions out there for you to sign about recasting T'Challa. There is a gentleman who has a format similar to mine. Actually, there are several gentlemen that have formats similar to mine on YouTube, and they have started Recast T'Challa petitions. I've signed both. I say, let's reinforce this, because just like I was telling you earlier about Spider-Man movies, how you gonna have a Spider-Man movie or a Spider-Man based movie and not have Spider-Man in it? Much in the same way, Marvel Studios is moving forward with the Black Panther sequel, and it's called Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I've said already, unless you're planning, and they've already said that they're not going to recast T'Challa. I'm going over stuff that is common knowledge at this point, but just for the benefit of people who may not necessarily be aware of it, Chadwick Boseman passed back in August of last year, and shortly after that, what you didn't see was Chadwick Boseman's brother, Derek, released a video, said with his own mouth, and I ain't got no reason to doubt nobody's brother. If we come out in the end that he's lying, I'll be shocked, just like all the rest of it. But he said, among other things, that Chad wanted the legacy of T'Challa to continue. Shortly after that video, here come Kevin Feige talking about we ain't gonna recast the role. Why? I could go through it, but I mean, y'all can go to my YouTube page, Be Real with D Real, and watch several videos about T'Challa. I have a couple of Recast T'Challa videos on there. Y'all should go and check those out too. But it's just, I don't know. It seems like to me that it is a willful, purposeful movement to try to not have T'Challa on the big screen. I don't understand that. I get, the all the mythos and legends of T'Challa. There was a period where T'Challa was injured or incapacitated and could not function in the role of the Black Panther, and his sister Shuri stood in as the regent in place of, not replacing. There's a difference. So to simply say we're not going to have a T'Challa ever again, okay? But as we know, movie studios lie, or movie studios flip on a dime and say we wasn't doing that, but then we found out popular opinion was we should do that, and now we're doing it. That's not going to stop the movement. That's not going to stop people from voicing their opinions about how they feel about recasting T'Challa. And in fact, I am going to share with you cats a couple of the opinions of some people on social media talking about the recast. Okay. I ain't gonna say no names because I don't know if nobody wants themselves exposed on YouTube or want their name spit out on YouTube. But one person says, I don't expect that decision to stand. I get why they made it in the moment the way they did. Disney has a history of saying never again on something before eventually doing it. Remember, years ago, how they used to announce all the time that they were releasing a movie on DVD for the last time ever. Then a few years later, you'd be able to get it again. Yes, yes, I do. I remember that vividly. Granted, this is not the same kind of thing, but I still think in the long run, they will do whatever is best for the franchise. That's a very middle of the road opinion. But they sound hopeful that T'Challa will in fact return eventually. Another person says, I can understand not recasting Black Panther. My imagination won't let me play along with accepting a new face right now, but they should continue at least one more or a series of Wakanda Forever centered on Shuri. Shutting the whole franchise down has never been Hollywood's go-to action in these situations, so it's strange in this scenario. They usually force all of us to accept a new face of a character to continue movies. Batman and Joker comes to mind. I guess my thought process on that opinion is, so it's okay. You know what I mean? I know, I've talked with this person a lot, and I know they get, where the situation is, but it's like, it's okay to have 7 million James Bonds and 7 million Batmans and 7 million Supermans and 7 million everything else, but we only get one T'Challa in one movie. We at least got Blade 3 times. And they getting ready to re-envision the character with Mahershala Ali in some phase of the Marvel Universe. So, Overstand Mocha is still rocking with me. As long as there's money to be made, they'll eventually and or continue to make another, right? Well, 10, yeah, there have been 10 exactly my point, Overstand. You got all of these franchises that have tons and tons and tons upon tons of sequels. Ain't none of them black. There, I said it. Okay, we can't get one little series of, because everybody else got a 3-peat. You know what I'm saying? Iron Man got a 3-peat. Thor got a 3-peat. Get ready to get a 4-peat. Captain America got a 3-peat. All of the flagship characters in Marvel, all of the characters in Marvel that had a major movie got a 3-peat or got a 3-peat coming. Guardians of the Galaxy, you got a 3-peat coming. Okay, can we have? Well, I guess we're not going to. Okay, I understand. I see you over there. But my point is, the opinion out there isn't just, no, we can't recast Chadwick Boseman. If his brother said the character should be recast, who are we? You feel me? Who are we to say, nah, we ain't recasting them? I know who we are. We're people with money. We're people with billions and billions of dollars. But I would just think that after in 2018, you made a movie that crushed the billion dollar mark, I could see misgivings about not wanting to recast right after Brother Boseman died. But here we are, it's June and July, and y'all getting ready to start shooting in July for this movie, for a July 2022 release. And you telling me we ain't getting no T'Challa. We ain't getting no T'Challa. Don't call the movie Black Panther. That's all I'm saying. Or maybe they're going, maybe. And see, I'm not one to deal in rumor. That's why I say maybe. Shuri is the go-to situation here. But in MCU continuity, Shuri is not able to take the mantle yet. First, ain't no more heart-shaped herb. Is Bast going to show Shuri where there's some more fire, where there's some more heart-shaped herb? You know what I mean? So what are we talking here? If we want her, and then the direction of the movies was not pointed towards that. But now we just, we're gonna stop on a dime. And this is what one person asked me on social media. I wonder if Shuri is going to pick up the mantle of Black Panther in the next film. Didn't that happen in the comics? Just like I said, a lot of people see a female Black Panther and assume that's the new Black Panther. No. Again, a regent, a stand-in, until, if the king dies, that's different. Okay? But, well, I guess the king's going to be dead, is what I've heard about this plot line. They're actually killing T'Challa off. They call themselves killing T'Challa off in a quote-unquote respectful way. But that's an oxymoron. You can't kill someone off and then say you're doing it respectfully. At least from a plot point. I'm not talking about in the actual movie. I'm saying from a writer, producer, there's no respectful kill off. Okay. I don't see it. I mean, name me an instance in cinematic history where a character, like what I'm saying, James Bond, respectfully kill James Bond and continue that franchise in a way that'll work. Not making James Bond a woman. Okay? That's not respectful of the character. It's innovative, it's creative, it's original, but it's not respectful of the character. You understand what I'm saying? See what I did there, Mocha? So a lot of people don't understand in the advent of the comics, T'Challa isn't even a king anymore. T'Challa is an emperor. As of Black Panther number 25, the intergalactic empire of Wakanda, which was formerly a regime ruled by Killmonger, who is still alive in the comics, or was still alive in the comics, is now ruled by, reluctantly, I might add, ruled by T'Challa. T'Challa didn't even want to take the mantle of emperor, but he did. And also, him and Storm are back together. See what happens when you make some interesting and fun storyline? Translate that to a movie. Oh, but wait, you can't, because you're gonna kill T'Challa off. And then the X-Men are coming into the Marvel universe now. Now there's a Storm, but there's no T'Challa. Does that seem strategic to you? I don't know. I'm not finna go all conspiracy theory, because if I go conspiracy theory, Sasha will probably get mad and bite me. So what I'm going to do is say, I done said everything worth saying right now. What I do, because this is edutainment, I simply present information. I'm not going left or right with it. I'm just presenting it. And I'm saying to you, take it with a grain of salt. Do what you need to do with it. I've been before you long enough. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I'm going to go and get out in that mug. This has been Be Real, D-Real, live and direct, coming at you. I might do this next weekend. Comment, like, and subscribe to the page. Comment, like, and subscribe to the Be Real with D-Real page. Real ones, realists, I rocks with y'all. Y'all keep rocking with me. I'll be back with another one. Until then, y'all be good. Be good to each other. Peace.